This is the Business of Apps podcast, bringing you actionable insights from the leaders of the global app industry and the world's fastest growing apps. You can find more app news, data, and analysis over at businessofapps.com.
Welcome to the Business of Apps podcast. On this show, we invite app industry professionals to cover various topics, and we promise to do our best to keep it both insightful but brief. In this episode, we have Arthur Querou, CEO at Vibe. Arthur, welcome to the Business of Apps podcast.
Thanks, Ed, for having me.
Great. Thank you for coming, Arthur. It's great to have you on the show. All right. Let me ask you something. Do you watch TV? Depending on your age, when you hear a question like this, you may get a mental picture of a TV set or your Roku box or Apple TV or even your iPhone. If watching movies and TV series on a smartphone is your thing. Now, remember all those never-ending commercial breaks on your TV set? Well, you may also remember how people began watching TV content, video content more and more on their computers, and then especially on their beloved mobile devices. So naturally, businesses followed people, and so the desktop and mobile advertising began to squeeze ad dollars from the traditional TV ads. Well, by now you would think TV ads are about to go extinct, right? Not so fast. Enter commercial TV, connected TV, and advertising on it. But before talking about this cutting edge new kind of advertising and new medium, let's talk about you, Arthur. First, please tell us about yourself.
So I'm Arthur, CEO of Vibe. As you may notice by my accent, I'm French. I'm still based in Paris, but now fly a lot in the US. I have a computer science background. Studied actually in Berkeley in California, and also went through the Y Combinator, was one of my previous company that we basically created like playable ad units at that time, and got acquired by a company called Addictive that is now specialized in app engagement. Now mostly focused on Vibe, and on the side I'm also like a pretty big like gamer and super strong rap enthusiast, mostly French rap enthusiast, but yeah.
Gotcha. Right. Now, speaking of Vibe, tell me about your company. What do you guys do?
Yeah, so at Vibe, we're trying to basically make TV accessible to any business in the world. The way we're doing it is through a really self-serve platform. I like to pitch it as kind of the Google ads or the Facebook ads of TV, and like more specifically of OTT and connected TV. So it's a platform where you can just register, set up your campaigns. You're live on TV within 5 minutes. You have all the standard and what you would expect in terms of targeting. And we also provide some special tools and some special services, especially for app install. We were one of the first connected TV ad platform to announce a partnership, for example, with that just recently, and more coming soon. And so making it very simple and very effective as well.
Yeah, that's actually a really good way of putting yourself on the market. You're trying to be not trying to be, you're one of the pioneers on the connected TV advertising market. And if you can pull off and provide the same ease, the same efficiencies, the same comprehensiveness as, Google and Facebook do their thing on mobile and desktop, yeah, you can corner the market.
Exactly, and I think it's a lot also about providing the same reach. CTV and OTT in general is, I think, one of the rare channel and medium that can provide the same reach and performance, and that's why it's such a hot topic right now.
Yeah,
In the market, because everybody knows it's like effective, but
absolutely.
yeah, it's all about the reach as well.
Yeah, this is one of the, if you can think of any competitor for mobile, that would be TV. We mentioned OTT is one of the acronyms that is really important for this conversation. So let's unpack OTT as an acronym that people may have heard about before, but they may not really, understanding what it means.
Of course. At tech is always we have like that strange addiction to acronyms,
Oh,
and therefore you you have like OTT now and CTV and blah blah blah. But it's actually like not that complex. Actually, when we talk about connected TV, it's more like a language thing, but we should only really be talking about OTT. OTT stands for over the top, and it means like any content that goes over like standard like channels. So basically, it's everything that goes on top of cable TV, especially. So OTT could be seen as something much more large. So, for example, I have had debates in the past that WhatsApp is actually OTT because it goes on top of the like text message protocol and goes like through the internet. So it's kind of like the way that's what OTT really means, like on a technical standpoint. But now it's mostly used to talk about any video, rich video content that is not distributed by like standard cable, but distributed through the internet. And when you see it this way, it's actually very interesting because it changes the way you understand it, because it's not only TV. Right now, rich video content is not only consumed on like proper TVs installed in the living room, but it's also consumed on computers, on phones, and this is like more and more, and that's why the OTT usage is like growing very very fast. Well, sometimes TV can be like not really growing at that stage. And when we talk about CTV in a general way, it's more the device itself. So it's a TV that's basically connected to through the internet. How is it connected? It can be directly inside the TV. So, for example, if you have a Samsung TV, it's probably like a recent one. It's probably connected to the internet now, and you can install apps on it. And then you also can have sticks or like things that you plug on your TV that will allow you to connect it. So it can be either a Chromecast, an Apple TV, or as it's very popular, a Roku that will let you install apps. And when it comes to the usage and how people now use their TV in the OTT/CTV era, the way I like to present it is that now people use their TV like they use their smartphone with apps and connected to the internet. And that makes it much more easy to understand. And that's why marketers today should see the OTT ecosystem as kind of the same thing as the mobile app ecosystem.
right. I think I can only put add on top of that is that I do remember vividly like the timing where when TV advertising became to wane because mobile was trying harder and harder to squeeze those advertising dollars out, and because people are spending more and more time on mobile. But now, just like you said, you can put in Samsung TV in your living room, and it's connected to the internet. It's actually, by definition, is connected TV, and you can actually getting like from both worlds. You have a big screen from a TV, and technical
Yep.
capability, software capability from mobile and desktop. And so we're gradually kind
Uh,
of coming to this notion of advertising on CTV. So how can actually this thing work? Probably in broader terms, let's not go too deep into details, but how advertising on CTV work.
Want to improve your ad marketing skills? Know how to fight back mobile fraud? Or how to launch an influencer marketing campaign? You've got it all at the Business of Apps Insights. Opinion, how-tos, thought leadership, and analysis from global app and social media industry. Visit our Insights section at businessofapps.com/insights/podcast. And now, back to the show.
of course, the of course, I won't go into too much details of like how it works because that would make the podcast
Yeah,
very
outside
long
of the
and
topic,
boring.
right?
But so basically, like it's a like open marketplace where you can use like DSPs, etc., to buy some part of the inventory, and some part are like directly accessible through like kind of walled garden platforms. But as a marketer, what's important to know is how your ad is displayed and how it runs. So basically, it's kind of like YouTube. Like YouTube is OTT. YouTube is kind of CTV. So what you're buying when you're buying CTV advertising, you're buying pre-roll, mid-roll, and post-roll on like the CTV apps. So either like an app that's directly made by a broadcaster, such as like Paramount Plus, where you'll basically buy an advertisement when a show or non-demand content will start, or at the middle of it, or at the end of it. And same goes for live content that might be, for example, accessed through like Pluto TV, which has like tons of live contents. And basically, when people will start watching Pluto, or like after 5 minutes of watching a specific program, they will see your ad. So you should really see it as as YouTube, if you're used to buying some YouTube advertising. What you're not getting is like traditional standard linear TV ads. So basically, you're not buying like a specific ad slot at like 8:30 that will run like nationwide.
Mhm.
You'll basically really be able to control every impression that you're doing and that you're buying, as you would do in digital. And that's really the big thing. Connected TV and OTT makes TV and rich video content digital, which is the big thing about it.
And so, just a quick thing, in general terms, as an advertiser, what you can measure, I mean, CPM, CPC, any of those things like you're getting used to as the digital advertiser,
Yeah. So CPM, of course, number of impressions, number of
right?
households reached as well. Absolutely no worries. CPC is going to be hard to measure, especially, or it's going to be basically zero, because you're not getting any clicks from connected TV ads for now. People can't really like click on their TV. So that's not something that you can click, but you can measure, for example, if you have a website, you can measure the visits that are generated by it, or if you're an app developer, you can measure the downloads and therefore the return on ad spend and everything that has been generated by your connected TV commercial, because connected TVs are mostly connected to the internet through residential IPs, which allows us, and not only us, but like our partners such as like Adjust or Singular, or like I won't sign them all, but
Uh-huh.
you get the point. Um, but yeah, so basically it allows the industry and the ecosystem to measure very precisely, like every single action that has been like driven by your commercial, so you can really measure direct response from your CTV campaign.
Got it. So Arthur, let's look at these CTV ads in a broader scheme. Specifically, what are they capable to deliver for advertiser than that other platforms just can't? You know, obviously, I mean mobile and desktop.
Yeah. I, I'd like to start answering that question by also stating like what it can't deliver and that other other platforms can. Definitely, connected TV is a bit early in terms of like targeting precision and this kind of thing. Like you should not expect like the same precision that you'll get, I don't know, with like Google Ads or like Facebook Ads or like any other like digital platform. There's
uh,
still like
TikTok.
yeah, or TikTok, exactly. You still have the challenge to reconciliate two different worlds, because like on one side you have a TV and on the other side you have a device, and that comes with tons of different problematics. But you're still able to target like specific interests. You're still able to target some very interesting segments. For example, for lots of our gaming advertisers, we're able to uh, build some segments that are very similar to basically what you would get on Facebook. So like if you're looking to target, I don't know, like casual gamers or gamblers or people who have like some specific types of game like puzzle games, we can target those specific people, or at least those specific households, and therefore improve the results. So you can get some targeting, but not as good as what you would get. But there is one thing that compensates it like big time, and that not a single other platform can deliver is the attention. The attention that you're getting when displaying an ad on TV is far away from anything you would get on like any like social app or like more like standard mobile display or desktop. And we're seeing that like the rate that you're like the kind of like engagement rate that you're getting for every single impression is like out of this world when you come from display. So for example, we had a campaign that got from impression to install, we get a
Mhm.
2% rate. So basically 2% of the people that got exposed to the campaign installed the app, which like if you like compare that to any other platform like
Yep.
social,
Unheard of.
like display, like it's never heard of.
Hmm.
And but the fact that you're getting that like super precious attention allows you to get those performance. And I think it's super interesting today in 2022 when privacy is like more than ever at the forefront. Like
Absolutely.
we are moving away from like the intent era, and like attention matters more than it ever mattered. And TV basically allows you to capture that.
Right. I think what people just should picture or should always keep in mind the actual setting, how people perceive their ads, what device they have in hands or are sitting in front of. So when they, carry their mobile phone or tablet, there's probably on the go somewhere, and their attention always split between that device and something else. With a desktop, well, people are used to, do their work on a desktop, not probably, relaxing or doing something for fun. But when they're sitting on a couch in front of TV and watching something, they're relaxed, concentrated on a big screen, and if the ad resonates with them, it does click. It does lead to a specific action. Just like you were saying, that 2% rate is unheard of with any other device because the attention is just not there, not on par with the TV set.
Exactly.
Yeah, and uh, but as far as I remember, like there's always this kind of the difference between the efficiency of any advertising for apps is different. Like when you're thinking about categories, I mean, games are a huge chunk of app industry. Uh, the biggest amount of advertising dollars are being poured into mobile games. Social networking, photo and video are popular categories for mobile and desktop advertising. When we're talking about CTV advertising, can you think of any app categories that work better than others, or probably you can just pull off a good, effective campaign for any kind of app?
No, there's definitely. I think the most important thing is like to think about when you're a marketer and you want to leverage TV is, can I capture my audience on TV in an effective way? So if you have like a like casual kind of like app that's for everyone, like that's absolutely not an issue, and you'll probably like get some very good results. Some like casual, mid casual, like absolutely no issue. ILTV as well, like no issue. It starts to be very complicated when you have some like kind of niche app, or like you have like very limited budget to advertise, because you will either like dilute your spend too much to like get some actual results, or you will have a very hard time to target like the right people. So for example, we had an advertiser like who absolutely wanted to promote like his B2B app on TV.
Mm-hmm. And the result
we
was,
we never really found like how to like really advertise it on TV to get like some sensible results. It can be very hard to capture a very like specific business audience. Capturing that audience on TV for now is really tough. So I would say like anything that's B2C kind of general, anything that's like D2C brand or target some kind of like like normal or like general audiences. Like if you want to target like women from 35 to
Yeah,
55,
probably
like
the
absolutely
fashion,
no issue,
cosmetics. Hmm.
large thing. But if you're like looking to target, I don't know, like some like very super targeted audience, like people like fishing like bass in like Tennessee, you'll have a hard time like targeting that very specific audience, and therefore, if that's your only audience, TV might not be your best bet.
Right. So there's actually a circle of app categories that do work great with the connected TV advertising, and there are apps, and there are other kinds of apps that are really hard to squeeze and get any result. And again, the major divider, the definitive factor is what is the mindset of the people sitting in front of TV. I would really be surprised if they're looking for apps related to work because that's the whole reason why you're sitting in front of the TV
Depend
to
it
get rid of
depends.
work.
Like if you have like if you're watching like a business channel or something like that,
Probably, yeah,
like
could be.
it's all a matter of like context and like getting
Oh
the
yeah, for
attention at the
sure.
right moment. But definitely if you're trying to promote a like work app, like I don't know, on like VH1 or like MTV, eh, like
Yeah, it's not gonna work.
I doubt you'll have like some super strong results. I would probably advise you against that.
All right. Um, what do you think is coming for advertising on connected TV? Let's see if we can single out a few trends.
Of course. It's kind of like hard to say like exact features because like everything basically is coming on connected TV right now. Like better targeting options, like ease of access, like being able to like target like more precisely, especially in terms of like programs and this kind of thing. All of that is coming on connected TV. It's kind of obvious that it's coming. But I think the most important thing that is coming is standardization and integration in the marketing mix. Of like marketers right now, nobody exactly knows like how to do some proper attribution and this kind of thing, so everyone is kind of digging into that.
Mhm.
MMPs like in the app world are definitely doing a killer job at this as well, and I really do believe that they are the central key, and they are the ones that will bring the best answers because like they're neutral, and it shouldn't come from like advertising platforms such as us, even though like we participate, we try to be as transparent as possible, but like there has to be a neutral partner that will bring that standardization when it comes to like measurement and attribution. And I think that's the biggest challenge right now. And as soon as this will be solved and commonly accepted, connected TV will definitely be like top two or top three like marketing channel for most marketers. Yeah.
So watch the space is growing. Once the standards are kicking, it's gonna blossom really nice. But yeah, the standardization is kind of a growing pain of every advertising medium. We can think about the same trend a few years ago for mobile. It was the same story for desktop. So yeah, this is expected. And once the standards are there, it's gonna be great. Okay, we've covered the major topic on the table, and that was the first part of the show. There's a second one, and in the second smaller part of the show, I always ask a few quick questions to every guest, so the audience know those people a little bit better. Here we go. The first question to you. What smartphone do you have now? Have you been switching between these two giants, iOS and Android, or just staying one side all the time?
So I have the latest iPhone. I To be honest, I have no idea if it's 13 or 12 or 14. I have lost count on that. But I got it like for the picture quality. And to be honest, I've stayed with iOS for a long time now. I started with Android, but like yeah, probably for the past like 10 years, I've been like iOS fanatic, maybe more than that.
Okay, now can you remember your first mobile phone? Before smartphone, multi-touch screen era.
Definitely, and there were no like phone OS or anything like that at the
Oh,
time.
yeah, absolutely.
It was a Nokia 3310, and I was playing Snake like all day on that phone. It
Gosh,
was
it was
basically the only
popular.
thing. Yeah,
So many people on the show remember the phone and the snake game. Boy,
yeah, yeah, and it was unbreakable,
oh yeah.
like absolutely unbreakable.
Okay, now getting back to present, I imagine you've left your smartphone at home. What would be the most missing feature for you when you're out?
Both WhatsApp and emails and Slack, basically like communication. I use like my phone for mostly for work, and yeah, and I'm texting all day, like sending emails and replying on Slack. So the feature would be like the that would miss me the most. Would be like the distant communication with other, like 100%, 100%. Not
Gotcha.
calls, because I don't call much, but like yeah, through
Uh-huh.
text, yeah, definitely.
Gotcha. So, probably there's something, well, when you look at your phone, you may go like, wouldn't it be great if that thing can do this or that? Hardware, software, probably some features that require both. Is there something that you would like your smartphone to be able to do, which is not capable right now, but would be great if it can?
So there's one, but I think they are now starting to be capable of that. But I'll go this way. It's like I'm a big gamer, and so like anything that like can bring like some real triple A quality titles on like mobile really makes me excited. Like mobile really becoming a console or a gaming support. I've been playing extensively like League of Legends on my phone for the past year. And like I don't know if you've seen like the latest Diablo game, even though
Mm,
like it's terrible in
not
terms of
really.
microtransaction,
Uh-huh.
but like the quality of the game was just like mind blowing. Like it's just like it's like triple A, like PC level, and that's very very exciting. And I'm to be honest, I'm very excited for the future, seeing what the gaming studios will come up. Hopefully they will calm down a little bit on the microtransactions on mobile, and make like some real games. But I think there's going to be kind of a merge between like all gaming devices, and that makes it like very exciting to me actually.
Okay, got it. Okay, before I let you go, just a very final question. How can people get in touch with you and know more information about what you do?
Yeah, of course. So about what we do at Vibe, they can go on vibe.co, and either like register. They will be able to play instantly, to play around with the platform itself, or they can reach out at Arthur at vibe.co, and I'll be more than happy to answer any question or guide them in any possible way.
Terrific, Arthur. Thank you. I know you're on vacation, so double thanks for your time. Yeah, thank you for coming in the show. Thanks. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Bye.
And that was Arthur Querou, CEO at Vibe. To listen to more episodes, subscribe to our podcast on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcast. Just search for Business of Apps and you will find us easily. We release episodes on Mondays, so subscribe. You'll be able to get new episodes on your smartphone, tablet, or computer as soon as we release them. And please don't forget to leave us a review and comment on iTunes. It is highly appreciated. And all episodes will also be available on businessofapps.com. Thank you for listening. See you next week.
Thank you for listening to the Business of Apps podcast. For more, head on over to businessofapps.com.